So he will understand aspects of sleep and what troubles we have with sleep, stress, and all from the Ayurvedic perspective. So, Ayurveda talks about 15 signs of health. How many of you have heard them before? First of all, Ayurveda is the science of life, right? And, we say that the entire universe is made up of 5 elements, and so are we. So, this microcosm as a body mind paradigm is similar to the macrocosm of the universe, right? So, the first sign of health, it says that one must have hunger, right? That you are even hungry is a sign of health. I know a lot of people who say, oh, I'm not hungry at all. I can go without eating meals. I can go with just breakfast and then the rest of the day not eating, right? Or there are people who have excessive hunger. They want to keep eating all the time. So both are not healthy. But if you have timely hunger where you're ready for your meals, that you take a plate and you fill it up to the extent that you're supposed to, and then you eat it and you relish it, right? And that leads to good digestion, absorption, and assimilation. So, how we digest our food is also a sign of health. We usually say you are what you eat, but in Ayurveda, we take it a step further and we say you are what you digest, right? Because ultimately, it's about nourishing our 7 tissues that we have according to Ayurveda. And then is the clarity and perception of our 5 sense organs. We have 5 sense organs, right? Eyes, nose, ears, mouth, and skin. And this is how we communicate with the material world, right? You listen to sounds, you're eating, you're smelling things around you. And of course, one of the most abused sense organs are our eyes. We are constantly bombarded by information, taking in stimulation, television, gadgets, phone. So there's so much stimulation coming at our eyes. And that could also be this excessive sensory perception is also one of the issues that leads to sleep disorders, right? So the clarity and perception of each of our sense organs, right? And then the nose, can you not smell? There are people who say, oh, I don't smell at all. And this happens during COVID. We temporarily lose our sense of smell. So anosmia. So all this perception, clarity of our 5 sense organs, right? And then there's a peaceful, calm state of mind. And this is what the Art of Living, if you've taken the courses, all about breath work, yoga, meditation, the ultimate goal is a calm, peaceful state of mind. How do you wake up in the mornings, right? You wake up feeling very groggy and you've snoozed your alarm many times, and then you're like, no, don't talk to me. I have to have my coffee or tea, and then you can talk to me. Walk around like a zombie. Or do you wake up and feel energetic, enthusiastic, light to take on your day, right? How do you greet yourself and everybody else during the day? How do you sleep? Can you say that? How many of us can say that you hit the pillow and you fall asleep? And you see how babies sleep, they're so cute, no? They're like, sleep for so many hours and they look so cute. So sleeping like a baby, and is it possible? Yes, it is possible, even if we are adults. So sleep, of course, is a fundamental biological process, and we all know, even modern science and Ayurveda both agree, it is a time for rest, repair, rejuvenation, replenishment, and refreshing ourselves. And a lot of people take pride in calling themselves night owl, or burning the midnight candle, where they say, I'm so productive at that time. The entire world is asleep, but I'm very productive at that time. Nighttime, by 10 o'clock, that is the time for us to go to bed. Some sleep statistics, we spend 1/3 of our life sleeping. Can you imagine? 17 million have sleep disorders. And yesterday I was reading that probably 1 in 3 people suffer from insomnia. Yeah. And we think that sleep is, improper sleep is just one disorder, but there are 100 odd sleep disorders, in fact. Yeah, not just one. 48%, up to 48% suffer from insomnia, 66% talk in their sleep, and 57% of men and 40% of women snore. Again, it's related to disorders and stress and maybe even respiratory conditions, right? Now, duration of sleep, newborn, like I was saying, it's so cute to watch them. They spend most of their life sleeping, no? Infants, 15 hours, toddlers decreases, 11 to 14, preschool, 10 to 13, school going, 9 to 11, teenage, 8 to 10, young adults, 7 to 9, older 7, 8. So this is from modern science, what it says. We go through 4 to 6 sleep cycles at night. So first you feel kind of sleepy, drowsy, and you start to slip into sleep. And then the lightest phase where you're falling asleep, but you're not yet asleep, and it is only 1 to 5 minutes. So that time, if somebody is waking you up, you will probably even get up, right? You're falling asleep, but you could get up. Then N2 is a little deeper, 25 minutes in the initial cycle, and then each 90-minute cycle, the next N2 is much longer. Yeah. N3, this is what modern science says, is the deepest phase of rest. And this N3 happens between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock at night, that is the time that we get our deepest rest. And then is the REM phase, rapid eye movement, right? So this is probably in the morning, the last stage of our sleep cycle, when that REM phase can go up to 1 hour. And that is when we have dreams also. We have dreams throughout, of course. Do you take an hour to fall asleep? Do you take half an hour? Or do you need to watch TV? Or do you need to scroll? Do you need to listen to some podcast to fall asleep? Or you just hit the pillow and you're asleep. So the quality of sleep is important. You fall asleep, but you stay asleep and you have a good quality sleep for the duration of the night. And then the last one is the ability to wake up effortlessly, right? Not only that you fall asleep, it's okay, you take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or how much of a time you take. But if you toss and turn all the time and you're unable to sleep at all, that is talking, about your health. The last is the ability to wake up effortlessly, how many of us use alarms? Do you need an alarm? And then you snooze it every 10 minutes. And then finally, it's like an hour and a half later, then you snoozed it and you're like, oh my God. And then you don't feel energetic, you feel groggy, you feel foggy, you feel tired. And of course, we want some stimulant to wake us up. Factors affecting sleep: improper diet. One of the most important things we say in Ayurveda, there are 3 pillars of Ayurveda, of health. One is called ahara. Ahara means the inputs in life. Of course, we take in food, we take in water, we also take in breath, and we take in perception. Anything that serves as input in front of us, that's perception, right? So with respect to food, what do you eat? When do you eat? And how much do you eat? All 3 are important, but when do you eat? That is the most important in Ayurveda, right? The second pillar of health is Nidra. Nidra means sleep, right? And the third is pertaining to Brahmacharya, or, people commonly think of Brahmacharya as celibacy, but it's walking the path of consciousness, walking the path of, doing what you're supposed to do. Stress, we know, you're anxious, you're depressed, we have grief, you're restless, or you're worried, or you're angry, irritable, upset about some things that happen, you can't fall asleep. High intake of alcohol or any drugs, certain medications or caffeine, they can stimulate us, or they can make us, too much of alcohol and drugs can also make you drowsy. Certain medications also make you drowsy. So they fall into excessive sleep or reduced sleep. Smoking and antidepressants, there are also side effects. Night shift jobs. Ayurveda is probably the only science where it talked about how people who work at night time can compensate for their sleep. So we all know the benefits of good optimum sleep: enthusiastic, good digestion, metabolism, proper elimination every day, good energy levels, feeling refreshed, focus, clarity, appropriate hunger, and clarity of the sense organs. Yeah. Now, coming to Ayurvedic perspective, we said there are 5 elements: air, space, fire, water, and earth. Air, space, or ether is the same. So the air and ether element, they give rise to this principle called Vata, which is responsible for all movement in our body. And then is Pitta, which is a combination of fire and a little bit of water to sustain so that we don't combust. This principle in our body is responsible for all metabolism, so digestion, conversion, transformation, metabolism. And then is Kapha, which is water and earth elements. They are responsible for lubrication and structure. There is a certain body rhythm or clock, which Ayurveda talks about. So Vata people are very lightweight. They usually complain of dryness, their cold extremities, irregular features like the wind, They have irregular appetite as well, and usually problems with constipation because of dryness. Yeah, Pitta is medium body build because there's some water element. They are sharp, they're intense, they are focused, they're meticulous, they are driven. They have good digestion, they have soft skins, and then Kapha has a strong body. They are the heaviest of the three body types, yeah? And they are slow moving, they are steady, they are stable, they are loving, compassionate. So 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., the sun is setting and our own digestive fire goes down in accordance with nature. This is the time for us to unwind and prepare for rest, yeah? Now, next 2 a.m. to 6 a.m., we're going into the Vata. Vata is about lightness. Now, if we don't wake up at this time, we're coming into the repeat cycle of Kapha, Pitta, and Vata. You'll feel a little bit more heavier. If you didn't wake up before 6:30, you'll feel a little heavier. You feel like, I want to remain in bed. And this is when you'll start snoozing the alarm and like, cozy, cuddly, more comforter. Now you're getting into winter time, right? So you want something warm. You want something kindling the digestive fire, exercising at this time because this is heavy time. You want to bring the opposite quality. Then we go into main Pitta time. So the sun has come up fully, 10 to 2. You get your work done. It's about intensity. It's about meetings. Again, stages of life, 0 to 18 is a building anabolic phase of life. We call it the Kapha stage of life. 18 to 50, it's the metabolic phase of life, fiery stage of life. You're all about achieving your goals and targets, studying, careers. After that is the catabolic phase where we are winding down. Types of Nidra, it's caused by tamas. We need that dull energy to fall asleep. We fall asleep also because we are mentally and physically exhausted. Of course, the complication of diseases or the side effects of several diseases or injuries. And of course, sleep happens because the very nature of Ratri or night is that of sleep. Nidranasha is lack of sleep, yeah? So Vata, because it's light, their bodies are already light. Their sleep is usually light, yeah? They have irregular sleep. They need a soft bed, yeah? They may need a heavy blanket. They could do with more sleep because naturally they sleep lesser. Now, Pitta is fire, remember, mostly fire. They may fall asleep, but then they wake up with the thought like, I have to do this, I have to achieve this, Pitta may fall asleep, they may wake up, but they may also fall asleep again, depends, yeah. Kapha type of sleep and imbalance, they are the best sleepers. They have no problem sleeping. So they won't have a problem sleeping anywhere. You take them by car, you take them by plane, you just put them on a couch, they can sleep anywhere. Their problem is excess amount of sleep, right? Okay, so thank you for joining us and wish you all a good rest. Sleep like a baby tonight.